who's specializing in studying this disease, what is the trigger to that? I mean, associating it with older people, and now it's young people.
Yeah.
It's always been a condition that has affected younger people, but often they'll have been misdiagnosed. So it's now kind of in recent years where the research is being done, where they can say that this is definitely early onset Alzheimer's. So it has been something that's always affected younger people, but we just don't hear about it, or they're being kind of treated for the wrong thing. But it's why the association, the work of the association is so important, because obviously, you know, an 80-year-old gentleman who's living quite comfortably in his family home with the condition faces very different problems and troubles to perhaps the breadwinner of a family with, you know, young children. So we really do want to raise awareness. Just anybody that's kind of having any concerns, memory worries, get yourself to the doctors, have somebody check it out. It may well be nothing, but you know, it's worth getting it checked.
Now, the both of you being so involved with this, many times, and for the edification of our now viewing and listening audience, is there a difference between Alzheimer's and dementia, or are they one and same? Are they two different diseases?
No. So it's a common misconception that they're two separate things. In actual fact, the word dementia covers all different types of dementia, and Alzheimer's just happens to be the most common one.
Okay.
So Alzheimer's is an organic disease of the brain, and it kind of impairs brain cells and brain functioning. And all of the dementias, there are kind of almost 100 different types, affect people in different ways. The reason that people kind of use the words interchangeably is just kind of a misunderstanding. But Alzheimer's often affects kind of 60% of people living with dementia. And it is that kind of main type. There are other kinds. We have dementia with Lewy bodies and dementia associated with other conditions, vascular dementia. But they're all in one kind of the same condition, but with different signs and symptoms.
How can persons, are there any triggers or any signs that people exhibit to lead to saying, hey, something is not right in either disorder?
I guess it's looking out for memory is kind of the big one.
Memory.
Any memory
the young people
concerns.
don't have that nowadays. Is it one thing just laughing it off? It just slipped my memory, or should we just all be looking into it more?
Right. So it depends on kind of, they'll say that it's the difference between, you know, when you go into a parking lot and you can't remember where you parked your car. Now that happens to all of us, right?
Oh yeah, while you're shopping, trying to get those sales.
And you think, where am I parked? That's kind of nothing to be concerned about. It's something that impacts all of us. If you find that you're getting into the parking lot and you can't remember what your car looks like, or you find yourself looking for a car that maybe you had 10 years ago, that's kind of where the problem is. And it's not when you run upstairs and you forget what you've gone to go and get.
Because I've gone back downstairs many a times to try and figure out where I was at. Yeah,
exactly. It's when you do that and you realise that actually it never comes back to you. So there are lots of different things, but like we say, any concerns or anything you're having, give us a call and we can talk it through with you and kind of refer you onto services that can help.
Yes, it's funny that we can chuckle over those things, but with somebody who really has an issue, it is not a laughing matter. Absolutely. Which is why I think people are become withdrawn because of a stigma that is possibly associated with it. When, let's say, it is presenting itself and co-workers and friends see you behaving or acting a certain way, and you may have noticed it because it's almost like you chip in and chip out. Right. Is that right? And then what are some of the steps that can take then to reduce the stigma that is coming with this? I understand talking about it, coming on the shows, doing various activities in the community is one thing, but it's just trying to get that stigma removed.
Well,
we all got to work on.
So, yeah, the reducing the stigma is the key. We know of people who are kind of hiding away and staying at home, and maybe they were very sociable people. If you've noticed that you've got somebody missing from your group or your church and you haven't seen them in a while, obviously go and check on them and see what's going on. If it's you're the person that's kind of struggling and you're noticing things, we would say, don't be afraid to kind of talk to somebody about it.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly the idea about Dementia Friends is that the more people that we can kind of run these sessions for, the better awareness is going to be across the islands. And businesses alike, restaurants, we want everyone with the condition or supporting somebody with the condition to be able to go to any restaurant on island, and through no fear of stigma, through no fear of being treated differently because maybe mum behaves a certain way and people don't understand why she behaves like that. This is what we're trying to kind of achieve, just so that we can get the community kind of behind people.
But the thing is, some of these people that are diagnosed, outright diagnosed with dementia, they're normal.
Yeah.
And they can play on you. And they will talk to you like they're with it. And 2 minutes after that, it's like you never existed. That must be something for a family member to go through when that's your mom or your grandmother or your sister or your uncle. That must take a toll on an entire family. That's far-reaching.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's devastating. And
Ms. Dorothy, you've dealt with it.
Yeah,
How has it made you feel when you actually look at your family member and they are just totally oblivious to who you are, and then they're
after
arguing
that,
with you, literally?
Yeah. It's really hard. I mean, it really takes a toll on you, on the whole family, actually, because the little ones, like from, I can use myself as an example, which is a good thing about this association.
Yes.
And for my mom, when she was diagnosed, and the grandkids would say, she's being mean. And the thing, we didn't know she had the disease until we found out. Then we had to explain to them, Grandma's not being mean, she's ill. Because sometimes she'd be mean, what they call mean, and other times she's one most wonderful person.
Yes.
But they don't understand. So it was like trying to educate them. And we have a special program why does Grandma repeat herself? Which we've done in the schools, we've presented in the schools and so forth. So, but it impacts a whole family. I mean, from the eldest to the youngest. And it's heart-wrenching. Like when we would go out with my mom and she would see you and she'd say, hi, how are you? And then she would talk to the person, how are you? And then all of a sudden she would not understand like a word that you say, or they don't understand, and people are looking like, what is wrong? And you know, at that moment, do you tell them my mom has dementia? What do you say now?
Yes.
You know, she's there, and she don't understand. She didn't understand the diagnosis. She just say, am I losing my mind?
Oh. So now that you have actually put yourself in the forefront and have created this big awareness, this buzz, which I applaud you on, do you find that it's easier when you actually take or go out with somebody that has disease to just say, face it for what it is?
Yeah, it is.
You're not apologizing, but you're just educating at the same time.
Yes.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah.
You find it's easier?
It's easier. And I'll give you this scenario. In a restaurant, there was who was that? I think probably was with my mom. She ordered chocolate cake. I'll never forget. Ordered chocolate cake. And she ordered a chocolate cake. When the chocolate cake came, it was a molten cake, the molten chocolate cake. When the cake came, I know she don't eat chocolate cake. And when the cake came and they put it in front of her, she said, I didn't order that. The waitress said, yes, you did. She said, I didn't. And I said, could you just take it and could you just bring her like cheesecake or something else? She said, but she ordered. So, you have to get up and go to, because now my mom's already upset because she said, I didn't order that.
Right.
And become very argumentative.
Right.
So it's like a little scene here, but it's turning around, and now you have to go over there to explain. And like what Carmela said, if you are dementia friends, if you're a dementia friendly community, you would understand that better. Or like going in supermarkets and everything else where people are looking at. And then another thing, our community right now is so transient. People don't know. Many years ago, everybody knew everyone.
Without
now,
you having to explain. Now it's,
Yeah. So.
Well, definitely by getting the word out here, and I know we're gonna have to take a break for some commercials, but in regards to educating and informing more, getting the word out there as pertains to events and workshops, I'll get a little bit more of that from you when we come back. But that is most important, so that every tier in our society is aware, every service provider, every business, everyone is aware that disorder, one, exists. And if you're dealing with someone with a disorder, stop looking at them as a difficult customer or a patron. It could be something deeper going on. And with respect, it's not always the time to do it when mom is having a breakdown that I did not order that chocolate cake. You actually take yourself out of the situation because you're respecting mom.
Yes.
But the person who's rendering the service also needs to be educated. Yeah. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back on the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Marketing. It is the key that no business can live without. From social media to Google Ads, websites to app development, or even graphic design to video commercials, FSH Design is here to help you and your business succeed. We focus on personalized digital marketing and offer advertising consultations for each of our clients. Don't waste time. We want to help you reach your marketing goals today. We work directly with you and your business to generate a strategic marketing plan that will develop current and creative results. Check out our website at fshdesign.com.
I can do this.
We believe in you.
Each day brings hope.
Every day, millions of people celebrate their recovery from addiction and mental illness while others begin their journey. Be a part of it. Share your strength, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Together, we are stronger.
Join the Voices for Recovery and attend one of our upcoming workshops to learn how you can support someone impacted by substance abuse. District workshops will be offered during the month of September in West Bay, Georgetown, and East End. For further information, contact the Department of Counseling Services at 949-8789.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz and keeping the spotlight on the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands, which was formed in April of 2012 and registered with the Cayman Islands government as a non-for-profit company in May of 2015. As a member of the Alzheimer's Disease International, the International Federation of Alzheimer's Association around the world. Now, ADACI is funded through donations and fundraising activities. Its affairs are managed by volunteers and includes a medical advisory committee. In studio telling us more, I'm pleased to have joining us Ms. Carmela Pugh, Director, and Ms. Dorothy Davis, Chairperson. Now, let's talk about the different workshops and events that is put on by this association. And this includes persons even caring for persons with Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Well, September is World Alzheimer's Month, and that's our heightened awareness campaigns. But throughout the year, we hold various workshops and support groups, education support groups for persons with caring for people with dementia. And that could be a paid caregiver or the care partners, which are the husband, wife, or whatever. Right. Yeah, family members, whomever. And we have those are done throughout the year. And the support groups are monthly, but the other sessions are like individual. Sometimes the people want one-on-one consultation, and we do that whenever there's a need. But we also hold every 3 months, we try to hold a training session for persons with caring for people with dementia. We will hold that. That is like a training which is done by our Samantha Connolly, who is one of our trainers, right. And it covers like the medical bit, and then we do a more practical training session for persons caring, like the caregivers, right, more hands-on thing, like how to bath, how to speak to someone with dementia. You know, you don't stand up, you get eye to eye with them, activities that you do with them, and so forth. So we have, and our last session was on last week, Saturday, and we had over 50. Actually, we had to cut off the registration. Wow. Now, right now we have for our second session, we already have 30 people registered. Excellent. Well, this is good. It's an excellent turnout.
I'm going to ask you to put on the headphones because we have a caller
Which one? This one?
That, yes. And you can adjust the volumes right here if needs be.
Okay.
Yeah. Caller? Hello?
Hello?
Good morning. You're live on Radio Cayman's Business Buzz.
Yes, Sabrina, this is Lana May, and hello to Doris and Carmela.
Good morning to you.
And tonight I'll see my girls and over at the Quiz Biz, and I just wanted them to know that I'm tuned in and listening.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm excited. And I want to challenge two companies if they're not registered. One is where my niece Michelle works at. It's a law firm called Priestley, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get a table. And the other one is where my granddaughter's working. She works for one of the parts of DART. You know, he has so many companies. So, Alana, get your group together and get a table really for that quiz tonight. So I'm challenging them. I'm putting them on the spot.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms.
All right. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you.
Oh, yes. Okay, Carmela. Sabrina, take care of my girl.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Always a big fan and supporter. Love you, Miss Laname.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You see, that's encouraging. And, you know, we love those challenges out there because, you know, from these, and we challenge any corporate entity out there who are hearing the sound of her voice to definitely go out this evening that's at Fidel's.
The Fidel's at 7.
And for someone who is going to accept the challenge, what's the best way to get registered?
You call 924-4170 or call Fidel directly and reserve your table.
Okay. Now, what is required to become a member of your organization? Is there a cost per year and benefits?
Actually, if you join the board, there's no cost. But we have paid membership. It's $25 per year for individual or $40 for a family. And right now we have about 25 paid members and lots more. We just got 30 more volunteers.
Right.
Yeah. And the volunteers, as I say, is needed all the time because we have so many things. You know, we need someone to sit in the office sometimes.
Yes.
We need someone to hand out, print things, and yeah. So there's always need for volunteers.
And you see where at times these volunteers become board members as they get to know more about the organization and its mission.
Yes.
Do you see them transition?
We have one actually who will transition into that. I have to put it to the board, but this individual has been coming to support group since 2010, and she's been with our association. She's been an MC with our events, some of our caregivers events, and so forth.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, dementia is a term used to describe different conditions that affect the brain. These conditions can be caused by various brain disorders, most of which progress gradually over time and usually result in memory loss, personality changes, and impaired ability to function. And that's why it's important for these ladies and their team to get the message out, to create more of a good buzz in letting you know what is associated with Alzheimer's and dementia. And you can know more about this tonight. Please recap about tonight's event and any other upcoming events that is in the pipeline.
Okay. As I say, tonight is the pub quiz. That's at Fidel's at 7. You can call 924-4170 or call Fidel's directly to reserve a table for your team. And the last event for the month is it's a caregivers dinner, which it's an appreciation and awards to persons caring for people with dementia, but that's by invitation only. Now, if you are caring for a person with dementia and you did not get an invitation,